Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday the 19th of January. I've just got back from Lammer, had a fantastic time, spent some great time with DJ Goham and Farmer Cop and all the guys that organised the community meet-up. I got the opportunity to spend some time with DJ Goham the other day when he was doing his prep for his mod review. I never take my stuff away with me to do that when I'm on a trip like that, but he always does, and it was an incredibly fascinating thing to see someone else's process for doing mod reviews. I'm going to do a few tweaks to mine moving forward. I'm not copying his, I'm just some things we talked about and I like the idea, but anyway, I'm going to crack on with it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the ones I've missed, whether I'm going to go back and look at some over the weekend. Potentially that is an idea. Anyway, updates for today. The map Nova Estancia by Namog Mod has had an update. That doesn't say if it needs a new save game or not. With all of these, whenever I say the updates, I'm telling you what has been updated. Jump in, have a look. I know other people, they'll read out all the change logs and things like that. Go in, have a look, read through the change logs and see if it's something that affects you. It might not be a map you're playing on, it might not be a mod you're playing on. It's entirely up to you. The construction map by the Lort has had an update. Now that does say it requires a new save game. So a new save slot you're going to require for the changes on that one. We've got the Lizard Cow Barns by Mr. Hector and the Chicken Barn Large by Lostgamer Vergamini Modding. Those are the updates. In front of me we have got the Machine Barn by Doodoo. The Machine Barn is 10.99 megabytes download, 7 slots on console, 55,500 to buy. What I think that looks like, is that not just a face, 2 eyes and a gaping mouth like teeth? But what's even more interesting, as soon as I thought that, is how the doors open. And this is rather cool. You find this under build mode, he says, and sheds right there. Slot count will come down from 7 to 1. There's no option for colour on this. When you go to place it, you just place it as it is. But if you come up to the doors here, we have got open gate 1. Come back a little bit to there, open gate 2, come across to the side here, open gate 3. So we go open gate 1. That's cool. Like that. Let's close that. Go to gate 2. It'll do 2 sets. And then, you've guessed it, if we go to 3, we can open the entire gaping mouth. Like so. There's no lighting inside. Not a bad sized building at all, actually. I always like it when you get something different. The way those open, that's very cool indeed. Like that a lot. The Machine Barn by Doodoo. Next, we have got... where did I put it? There. The front shed. What I like about this, having spent the last few days at Lammer and we did the community meet and greet, I know I keep going on about it, but I'm buzzing. There's so much I'm trying to process in my head from things that happened. But we had fans and people come in, and we had content creators, we had modders, we had map makers that came and spoke to us, and we were in awe of them, and it was fantastic. And I found out quite a lot about modders and map makers, about their perception of mod reviews and map tours that hadn't crossed my mind, which is fascinating. And I'm not going to go into the details, but front shed, this is by the Design Farmer. This is 0.98 megabytes to download, 5 slots, 25,000 to buy. And what I like, again, having a little bit of an insight now and having spoken to more modders and map makers over the last few days, I do like it when they do this. For morons that are looking on doing a mod review and can't find the light switches, it's very helpful when they do that. So there you go, there's your light switch just there. It's always good to have a look, because it could be things change, you know, sometimes you get the barn configuration can change, or walls could be added, or decoration. So go straight to it, and there you go, it's your light switch. I wouldn't say the lights are necessarily particularly bright. If you look at the difference now on the floor and in the barn, if I turn those off now, it doesn't seem to make a huge amount of difference. I mean, they're on, but they're not putting out much of a glow, is what I will say. Also under build mode and sheds, and we are right next door, just there. Slot count will also come down. That comes down from 5 to 1. We don't have an option for colour on this either. You get it just like that. and your rotation like so. That's the front shed by the Design Farmer. Next we've got, oh yeah, this is cool. We've got, it says the Vegetal. I think that's right, because I thought vegetable first of all. I thought maybe it's been misspelt, mistyped. But when you go into all of the options, it says Vegetal. The Vegetal Coal Factory by Vergamini Modding, Lostgamer, Granjeiro. I've nearly lost my voice over the last few days. 8.02 megabytes download. We have got this. So this is a coal factory, basically. You bring your wood, and all the wood goes in. The furnace runs, and it produces coal, which is really cool. I do like the fact that these are red as well. And the detail on it looks absolutely fantastic. We've also got a sell point that comes with this. So this is 10 slots, 45,000 to buy. The sell point, which I've just put here, like that. That is 3 slots. Under build mode and factories is where you'll find it. Just there. And from the picture it was difficult to tell. It looked quite large, like a big building. But when you place it, and like I say, it's got a nice rustic kind of feel to it, which I think is pretty cool as well. Slot count will come down to 1 for that, and then if we come from there and we go to the sell points, we go back that way, they'll find it. It's only 100 for the sell point to place. Once placed, if we go into our menu for our prices, and we go to packets of charcoal, as you can see, the sell everything containers do take them as well, but the sale of coal pallets at the top is, well, on this map, 2,538 on normal economy for a pallet of coal. I'm going to speed up time so we can get some pallets come out, but I will show the options. So, just over here is your area for placing your logs in. Our managed plant is just there, like so. Now, this is an interesting one as well, talking to a few different people, and we've talked about this before. Cycles per month, I personally don't think is as important as the recipe. You can have a very high cycles per month, but it can still take quite a while for things to process if the recipe's low. It's a 1-to-1, so you don't lose anything. Whatever wood you put in, you're getting a 1-to-1 on the recipe. If that was a 10-to-10 or a 20-to-20 or a 1,000-to-1,000, it would process a lot quicker, but it's more realistic because producing coal, charcoal, that kind of thing, takes a long time. I've got 178 litres there already. I've got 4,391 litres of wood in there, but I'm going to speed that up so we can at least get one pallet out so we can have a look at it. We come around to the side there. That's where your sell wood icon is. So when you put your wood into that area there, you click just here and it will work. And then we've got here, we've got our light switch for our lighting just above our head. It's little details like that. It could just be a light bulb hanging up there, but that's a nice bit of attention to detail. Nicely weathered, it's very cool indeed. So I'm going to put some more wood in here. Because I'm also curious, I'm assuming the pallets are 1,000 litres, but you can never assume. You know, there's been plenty of mods where they're not. They're 2,000, you know, or more. Some are 4,000. It all depends. Don't worry about the log. We'll pretend that never happened. It's all good. And we'll do that. So I'll see you in a minute, and let's see what the pallet looks like. And that's why you speed up time and check. Because I thought 1,000, I got to 1,000 and it carried on going. I thought, oh, it's going to be 2,000. No, it came out at 1,100. Wasn't expecting that. So we go, 1,100 litre pallet of charcoal. And we've already seen the pricing, we can take it. You can put your sell point there anywhere you like. Considering one of the let's plays I'm doing at the moment, I'm looking for reductions for wood. It's not too expensive, it runs fairly fast, you know, it's a very cool thing. So anyway, enjoy the Vegetal Coal Factory by Vergamini Modding, Lostgamer and Granjeiro. Next we have got the EasySteelSheds Set by Top Ace 888, and they are directly behind me here. We have 3 in this pack. We've got to get this right. These are 5 slots each, 7,000, 10,000 and 15,000. You'll see the sizes when we go into the menu and have a look at them. It is 3.44 megabytes download, the pack. Under build mode. Why is that working state? There we go. Under build mode. Under sheds. There they are. 7,000, 10,000 and 15,000. Slot counts all come back down to 1. So as you can see, that one there is the 7,000. That one there is the 10,000, and that one there is the 15,000 one. You can see the difference in size for each one. And you can also see on the end here, the end wall on that one is a different colour, because when you place these, you do have a colour option. Let's go for the small one like that. Actually, have it at the back showing, because you can see it then. If we go across now D-pad, we can change our colour of our sides. The roof stays the same, but the side walls do change through some selections for colour. Very nice indeed. If we go into the buildings themselves, we get the option for our lighting. There you go, turn on or off our shed lights. Nice and bright, and that kind of brings into stark contrast, I think, the one over there where we turned the shed lights on and nothing much happened as far as the lighting went. The lights did come on, but you can see very clearly there. I mean, it definitely brightens it all up. So there's your small, medium and large shed, and each one is the same when you go into it for our lighting. Not too expensive either, really. I have to say, pretty good, 15 grand for a shed that size as well. So that's the EasySteelSheds Set by Top Ace 888. Next we have got, oh yes, I'm going to hand you over to my winter correspondent for the next mod. We have got this, the Lizard 262 Monster V by North Modding Company. This is 4.74 megabytes download, 3 slots on console, 2.6 meters to 3.3 meter wide, depending on the options you go for. This shifts some snow. The Lizard 262 Monster V stands as a colossal V-shaped snowblower, engineered to tackle the most demanding winter conditions on mountain roads and forest tracks. It does say this powerhouse is capable of efficiently clearing a staggering 1,900 tons of snow per hour. Oh yes. 180 horsepower required, you will find it. Under tools, under winter equipment, just there, 262 Monster V. 22 grand for the base model, and then the price will adjust ever so slightly, not a huge amount. 12 miles an hour it will run out. So you've got hydraulic wing, yeah, no or yes. On no, it's 2.6 meters wide. On yes, it adds the wings on, which you can adjust out to 3.3 meters. And then we've got a main color option, anything on that palette you should desire. Enjoy. So what we'll do, obviously I've gone for the wings because you just would, wouldn't you? This attaches on the back, as you can see. Now the wings adjust. Actually, let's open that menu up. There we go. So we can adjust our blower section like so, side to side, and then we go up and down, so we can blow the parts closer to us or much further away. I've been doing a little bit already just to have a go. Then we go R1. So right stick side to side does the panel that side. It starts off folded back like that, then we fold it out so you can get your full width. And obviously this will depend on your tyres, tracks, whatever you're using. You can adjust it to get in right to wherever you want it to be. And then up and down does the other one. So we can adjust them both independently, however you wish. Then we turn this on, drop it down. So if we do that again, move forward a little bit, bring it up a little bit, so you can really decide where you want to put it. If you just want to really get rid of it and decide, you know what, someone else can have it in their field, I don't want anything to do with it. But as you can see, wow, does this shift, and it just goes. It just gets rid of it. It works really, really well. I don't often do this, especially on mod reviews, because I don't have snow on my test map. So I thought, for this one, no, I'll jump over. Let's put it on test map and have a go. So yeah, it does the job. Now, obviously, you're not going to want to blow it directly behind you, because all you're going to do is move it from where you've just picked up and put it somewhere else. But you can, you know, you can pick and choose. It's entirely up to you. Very, very cool piece of kit. That's the Lizard 262 Monster V by North Modding Company. Next. Thank you, MrSealyp. Next, we've got this. This is the Unia KLZ3A by Slyclif, Voksel and Ostry. This one is 3.14 megabytes download. It is, if I get this right, 3 slots, 2.4 meters wide, 20 horsepower required. Lovely. You'll find it under cultivators. Just there. Only 740 to buy. That's a very low horsepower requirement as well. Options on this, we can change the main colour. It's quite a muted palette on this one. To any one of those. Let's turn this on. I do like with raising and lowering this, you've got the handle winds, the animation, the sound effect on this is very cool. So let's lower it. Actually, go onto the field and lower it. Was it folding and unfolding? That's weird. Oh, was it put on 3-point link? It might have been. Let's lower it down and then detach it. There we go. So that's the wheels on the side. I'm sure when I hooked that up it did it. But it wasn't raising and lowering, it was doing that. So let's attach it. Nice. Drop it down. There we go. As you can see, it will pull up small stones if you have got stones on. Let's take it onto a section that doesn't have stones on. So as you can see, it's not a shallow cultivator. But again, sound effects, animations. Lovely. That is the Unia KLZ3A by Slyclif, Voksel and Ostry. Next, we've got these, and these are representative of a pack. This is the Lizard Dumper Roadtrain by SrVertex ZT-Modding. This is 24.26 megabytes download. The slot counts on these are 9, 11 and 20. You'll see why in a moment. This is the 20 slot one, because the pack comes with the front one, the back one, or both together. So you don't, normally when you get a road train set like this, you have to buy the whole road train. You can normally sell one of the sections if you want to, or you can keep it as a road train. But this one gives you the option to either have the front or the back, or both together, which is pretty cool. These are 70,000 or 80,000 litres each with the extension, so a double run like that, both on 80. 160,000 litre capacity for transportation. They do sit very high, so if you're going to be loading into them with telehandlers, wheel loaders, that kind of stuff, you're going to need something with a bit of reach, because as you can see, they do stand up tall. And what is interesting as well, that one's got wood chip in, and that one I've got sugarcane in. When you fill it up and the cover's open, it piles it all the way up, and I thought, I'm interested to see here when I put the cover on, will I get clipping of the crop type through? When you close the cover, it's like it flattens it down, it squashes it right down. You'll see when I open that one, which is an interesting one. Normally you either get clipping or it's at a lower level, so it doesn't actually do it, but that, it kind of flattens it all out, which is very nice indeed. This you'll find on the trailers. So we start there with the dump truck road train. That's the front section. 60 grand. Like I said, slot count on that. Why is that saying 1? It's because, oh, I'm assuming it's just worked out anyway. That's normally slot count of 9. The second one, 67,000. That's the rear section. And then you've got the full dump truck road train, 127,000. You think they'd give you a discount if you bought both together, wouldn't you? Anyway, I'll show you the options on one, because the options are the same across all of them. So configuration, 7,000 or 8,000 litres. 7,000, 70,000 or 80,000. Got to get my mod head back on. We've got wheel brand of Lizard, Continental, Random. Now this is something I'm going to be doing moving forward. With regard to tractors, vehicles, anything like that, I will read out what the manufacturer names are. What I'm going to stop doing moving forward, I'm not going to go through every single wheel and tyre option available. I will just say to you, look, this one, for example, as I've already said, we've got Lizards, we've got Continental, we've got Random. If there's a tyre manufacturer you prefer in there, you can go in, you can scroll through, you can have a look yourself, and you can pick the tyre choice you like. I've been doing it a lot, and I think I spend a lot of time just scrolling through tyre choices. Unless there's something that really stands out, something unusual that we haven't come across before, it might be a track type or something, I might then think, you know what, I'm going to specifically show that. But generally speaking, I will just stick to the manufacturers, and you can go in and you can have a look and see what tyre choices and things there are that you might prefer in there. So those are your manufacturer options. On the side of these, we got the option to have a box on each, yes or no, so the box goes on there. You've got protection grills, the side impact protection, so you can put the side impact protection on there as well. And then this says Corot on the protection grill. It puts a little tank to the side of it on each of the grills if you want it on there. And again, like I say, if you get these individually, the option's the same, it just comes on one of them, not on both obviously. You've then got tail light models, and this goes through options 1 through 5, I think it was. Yep, and then, oh no, 6, there we go, and back to 1. We've then got length decal on the back. You've got 14 metre or 25 metre. We've then got main colour, anything on that palette here, including some metallics like that, so whatever you'd rather go for. We've then got chassis colour for underneath, again, choose whatever you like from that colour palette. Canvas colour on the top. And then we've got the edging, the border of the canvas. So we can change that. So let's do something that stands out a bit. There you go. So it puts an edge around the canvas top as well. Rim colour, anything on that palette. We've got the metallic silver 1 and 2. The second one's more of a chrome, stainless maybe, but... And then we've got all the other various different colour options and the license plate option on there too. So, we'll start that up. I'll disconnect that. Animations and sound effects. So if you get the front section on its own, it will look like that. If you get the rear section on its own, it will look like that. You can't disconnect the dolly. So, at least I don't. Let me just double check that. I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure it comes with the dolly. That's all part and parcel. So let's look at the animation when we disconnect this one. There we go. Oh, this one hasn't got a trailer hitch, has it? Of course it hasn't. Of course. No, it has. Because it's a TLX, isn't it? No, I can't. That's all. It's all fixed together. Sometimes you get them where you can remove the dollies, but not in this case. I'll show you with the cover on and off on this one. Whoa. So at the moment, the crop type is standing proud of the top. If we put the cover on, flattens it all out like that. There's no option for grain door or anything like that. Actually, I'm going to tip to one side. So I thought I'm going to end up driving over if I don't, aren't I? So unload. I do like the animation on the back where the back door, well, it does that. The back door gets a bit of a swing on it. Unload speed's pretty quick, I have to say. See there, the back door as it's closing. Look at that. If I accelerate and brake, that movement on the back door is very cool. I like that. I think being away, going around some of the stuff at Lammer as well. I think I say it on my video. I've got to edit. I've got so much stuff to edit together over the weekend. I don't think I'm going to get a break this weekend. But then I have been away for a couple of days. Technically still working, but in my mind, unless I put a video out, I haven't been working. So it's a weird one, isn't it? But paying attention to the details. I was looking at all this machinery and equipment and thinking, you know, we've got this in game and that's cool and that's a really nice feature, and you don't really notice that when you use this, and you don't really pay attention to that, and I think that's made me think you need to pay more attention. You know, every now and again I'll go through a phase where I say, look, you know, pay attention to the small things. So there's our lighting, indicators, reverse lights. If we can unload here. Same thing with this one. Unload's pretty much the same, you know. Once it's on full unload, it actually doesn't go up too high. I was thinking it was going to be one of the ones that kept going and kept going, but it gets to a point. He says, there you go. That's at its highest tip. Like so. That's the Lizard Dumper Roadtrain by SrVertex and JDModding. Next, oh yes, we've got this. This is the Lizard Legendary by SleutjesModding. This is the Legendary 50. 5.71 megabytes download. This is 6 slots. It's tiny, but it's very cool. Got a great suspension on this one as well. If we go down to our, I think it was under cars, or was that miscellaneous? No, there you go. The Legendary 50, only 1,050 to purchase. Slot count will come down from 6 to 1, 38 horsepower. We've got wheel setup standard, and this is on the tyres. You've got standard, tyre model 2, 3, 4, and back. We've got design no or yes, puts a little design thing on the side of the tank. We've got small fenders on the bottom. Now, these two... was this around the wrong way? What was I thinking of? Oh no, this was something else. So you got little fenders on the bottom there that you can add on to onto the bottom of the fenders. We've got main colour, anything on that palette, like so. We've got the small fenders at the bottom. You can change the colour of those if you want to, so you can mix and match if you want to. Hang on, no, that's not small fenders at the bottom. That is the fender colour. That's weird. There we go. So we can change the fender colour if we want to. Seat colour, again, anything on that palette. Got a darker brown, also it's orange, but lighter, or anything else you want to go for. And then rim colour. Again, there's a selection of metallics, but you can pick whatever you want for your rim colour as well. Let's hop on. There's no horn. Well, not the one I can hear anyway. No indicators either. It should, hopefully, we'll see suspension moving. That probably wasn't the best way to show it off. There you go. Nice bit of movement on there. It's very cool. First person. Whoa. Oh no, that happens every now and again. I'm glad I checked that. It did it first of all and then flicked out. I've had that on tractors sometimes. So, unfortunately, this may get an update. That's a better view anyway, because you get to look at it. But anyway, if you want to go first person, unfortunately, that did that. It might not do it for you. You might be fine. But it has done that. So there's our lighting. And there you go. That's the Lizard Legendary 50 by SleutjesModding. Next we have got the Lizard C330M by Speedy. This one is 38.81 megabytes download. It's 14 slots. It's under small tractors. This is an interesting one as well, because you've got the colour choice options on this. You've got two cab options. The two cab options, the colour of the cab is completely different to the vehicle, which you can't change the colour of it. So it's almost like someone's got the tractor and you've got a cab from another tractor in storage. You can kind of put, you'll see when I show in a moment, but really, really nicely detailed. Loads going on. Even like the VIN plate on the back of that. Look at that. You can just, I think that's the VIN plate, isn't it? Or is that the weights thing? But anyway, tiny little plate on there. Attention to detail. This you'll find under small tractors. Just there, the Lizard C330M, 15,500. Slot count comes down from 14 to 1. We've got the option of Lizard and Lizard. Nothing seems to change, except the tyre. You've got a smooth and you've got a slightly more ridged around the side. We've then got wheel weights, small, big, or both. Back again. We've then got grille. Oh, it was on this one. That's why I seemed a bit puzzled by the fender thing. You'll see in a moment. I've just remembered. So we've got grille old or new. Front weight, yes or no. We've got mud flap. Now, these two are around the wrong way. That's what I started saying the other one, and it was the wrong mod I was talking about. So this one, you've got mud flaps, no, or front. But nothing changes, because you need to change that first. If you do fenders, yes. Then go to mud flaps. Front, it adds little mud flaps on the bottom of the fenders, but you need to have the fenders on first for those to show. That's what it was. We've then got decal silver or black or no. We've then got cabin. Now, that's what I'm talking about. So we've got cabin, no. We've got cabin kosher, or is it zamosh? Cabin zamosh. Now if we go then to the colours, colour of the hood and fenders we can change to anything on that palette, like that. We've then got engine colour, which does all the bottom sections, so you can go darker or we can go lighter, but you've got each of the colours in a standard and an old version of. We've then got front grille colour, so we can change that again, mix and match, or however you want to go about it, it's entirely up to you. Then we've got rim colour, again, anything on that palette, like that. And then we've got license plate, so there's no option to actually change the cab door and cab trim colour. So if you want to match it up, then you're going to want to change the colour of the hood and fenders to one of the reds to get that to match up with the colour you got on there. So that's your options there for the Lizard C330M. Let's start it up. You sit very high on the seat. I went for the one without the cab. I just wanted to see it in all its glory. Horn, lights, more of a spotlight on the back. We do have indicators. Don't even have reverse lights. I tell you what, it's one of those ones as well. Yes, it's got a fairly low top speed. It hasn't got a huge amount of horsepower, but it gets up to 16 mile an hour. Pretty rapid. And that's not to say pulling a heavy trailer it would, but cool. That's the Lizard C330M by, did I say it was by, I'm sorry if I didn't, by Speedy, 38.81 megabytes to download. I don't think I did I? Let's hop off there. There we go. Lovely. Next we have got, this is cool as well, the Volvo N10. Now Volvo went through a period where it was more sort of cab over engine, flat fronted. And then in the, what's it, 70s into 80s I think it was, they brought out the N series, as there were F series ones. Then the N series had the front bonnet with the cab, with the engine out front. Now these things were renowned for being bomb proof, real heavy duty, go anywhere. I mean, I think a lot of militaries used them. They were introduced into the United States in late 70s I think it was, 77, 78, something like that. And then I think into Brazil 1980, 81, and then they kind of spread around South America as well. But they really did have a reputation as being a bit of a beastie bit of kit, considering they weren't overly high horsepower. I don't think they were all-wheel drive either, I think, but they really kind of held their own. Sorry, I'm doing one of those history things again, but anyway, have a look. I really like it. Is that there was a clip on what the film was called years and years ago with Robin Williams, and they were doing advertising, and I'm sure it was Volvo, they said, and the advertising slogan was Volvo, boxy but good, and that's it. That, I mean, doesn't get more boxy than that. You'll find this under trucks. There was a shocker. What an obvious thing to say. It's under trucks. The Volvo N10. As you can see, the slot count on this is 12, which comes down to 1. I didn't say what this was either, did I? I'm sorry. SleutjesModding, 21.82 megabytes to download. I got carried away in my history lesson and didn't give you the relevant information. So, we've got wheel setup, we've got original, and we've got standard. Like that. We've got interior setup. Now, it's hard to see with the colour in there, but we have got original. We've got fabric 1 with curtains. I went with that so you could see it a bit better. So you've got fabric 2, so you've got a sort of a bed in the back of there, and then you can have that with curtains just to the side. You've then got fabric 3, again with curtains. So that's why I went with 2, because you could see it a bit better. Back to original, so let's go to that. We've got horn, yes or no, like that. We've got Michelin dole, left, right, or off. I went with right, I think. We've got decals, 1, 2, or off. I went with that. We've got placard, that, or back off again. We've got exhaust original, which puts out behind the tank, or we've got side, which puts some nice fancy pipe down the side there and runs it along the side of the tank and out a little bit further back. Cabin original, visor, airfoil, or both. We've then got window original, medium, or dark tint. We've got panel original. Now this is inside, so this is the actual dash. Inside you've got original or you've got wood, so you can have wood panel dash. And then we've got main colour. Anything on this palette here, let's swing around so the lights comes from this side. Anything on that palette does that. Chassis colour, we've got some metallics, there's a whole load. Again, I do get into the habit of kind of going through and showing various different options, but scroll through, you're going to find something you like, or whatever combination you want to go for is entirely up to you. Fuel tank option, like that. Fenders on the back, rim colour, and then we are, it's like a plastic toy now, doesn't it? Sorry. And then we've got license plate option on there too. But this sounds cool too. Lights now, this is interesting. If I do lights from here, it's got lights, and off. But you think, well, hang on a minute. The only way I could tell that is if I do it from here, lights, so off, lights, press it again, does that, then off. So you have got sort of normal, low beam, high beam, then off. But from outside you can't tell the high beam. It's only when you look that way. 1, then 2, then off again. Wheel beacons? I don't know, we have we? Indicators on there. If you've got the lights on, they're on already. Oh, that's it, the lights on does the top ones. The indicators just flash a little bit brighter on there. This is another one, gets up to speed pretty sharpish. 80 mile, I love that front light, I think that's brilliant. It does have a real look of a military vehicle about it. Sort of thing would have a tank transporter on the back of it, you know? I mean, maybe they did, I don't know. It'd probably be ironic if they did really, but you never know. That's the Volvo N10 by SleutjesModding. Now, the next couple, one is from Giants, and it's new, it's not an update. The final one I'm going to look at as well, it says it's an update. I'm sure when I first checked on the mods hub and mods first dropped, I thought this was showing as a new mod. And then when I refreshed it a little while later, it was saying update. So I don't know if it's a new mod, but then got a very quick update for some reason. I'm going to show it anyway. There are 2 new maps out today, and again, because I was away for 2 days, it's typical, or 3 days, wasn't it? Typically, the day I went away, I got on the train, they dropped mods and 2 maps. Today, mods and 2 more maps. So I've got 4 map tours to do. I will get onto them as soon as I possibly can over the weekend. I'm going to do some prep tonight, so potentially I might get all 4 done tomorrow. It might be 3 tomorrow, 1 Sunday, but I will try to get onto them. Today's, we've got Simple Midwest by Tash, and we've got Bilk by, is it Omaxio? Looks like it's Omaxio. But let's get on to the last 2 mods for today. So we have this rig. This is rather cool. This is Kverneland DF2 by Giants Software. This is 20 slots for the Cedar. Now the Cedar itself doesn't have any capacity to it, hence the tank that comes with it. The front tank is 6 slots. This is combined 28.02 megabytes to download. The front tank is a 2,000 litre but only holds seed. It's not a seed and fertilised one, because it is the seed tank that goes with the rear section. Now, again, I will show you the mod as it comes, like this. There are so many seeders, and there are various different seed tanks, seed and fertilizer tanks. There's nothing to say this seed tank won't work in conjunction with other seeders. You won't necessarily get the pipe work that goes with it. But obviously for me to go through and test every single seeder with every single seed tank to see if it works, I will show you this mod as it is dropped today, and you know, you can fiddle away with your heart's content after that. But nice looking set. I like the lights and indicators and stuff on it as well. I love the hookup. I saw some of these at Agritechnica, at Lama, and again seeing them in the flesh, all the connections, the hoses, the way it's routed down the side of the vehicle and stuff, I think it's very, very cool. Anyway, so the DF2 NGS 101 F35 on the end there, 65,000. Slot count of 20 comes down to 6 metre wide. Like I said, there's no capacity on that, no options. You've got license plate, but other than that, no options. 260 horsepower required, but you are going to need a front tank to go with it. So the DF2, 19 grand, 2,000 litre capacity, seat only. Slot count of 6 comes down to 1. And again, no options on that. So hop in here, start it up. Now what will happen is if we remove the front tank, if I drop that onto the floor, pipework disconnects, hook it back up, all your pipes do their thing. Open cover does that. Lights like that, and indicators on there as well. Turn the lights off, you'll see the indicators a bit better. There we go. like that. Let's close the cover, go to the back and unfold. This is not a direct drill, so you will need to have cultivated shallow, deep, whatever you want to do first. I like the fact you've got the split towers. One slightly forward, one slightly rear. And this is being a seeder. We've got our wheat, our barley, our oat, canola, soybean, sorghum. Excuse me. Sorry. All seed radish and grass. I apologise for that. They come out of nowhere. Turn it on. Drop it down. So that's what it will look like if you are seeding onto a shallow cultivated piece of land. We go across here and we go onto a bit that's been seed prepped, seed bed prepped. There you go. Stop there, turn it off, lift that up, fold it. That's the Kverneland DF2 by Giant Software, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. Potentially this week, I don't know, you never know. You never know anymore, we might get some over the weekend. But just over here, we've got this. This is the Lizard M99 planter by JDModding.org. This is 10.27 megabytes download. It's 10 slots on console, 8 meters wide. It's also a direct drill. Like I say, if this has been out before and this is truly an update, I apologise for showing it again. I'm pretty sure it came into the mod hub and then for some reason got, but like I say, I'll show it anyway. I like the way this sort of unfolds in a way. I know I've gone for some slightly bizarre colours on this, but I will show this. This is under planters. Just there, 35 grand, which isn't too, for an 8 meter planter, 35 grand's pretty good. This will do seed and fertilizer in the tanks available. 150 horsepower required. As you can see, slot count comes down from 10 to 1. It starts off in John Deere colours, although it says Lizard, but you can change the main colour to anything on that palette. It does the framework like that. Design colour does your tanks, and you've got rim colour, as you can imagine, does your rim colour. So you can pick and choose how you want it to look. It does your planter crops. Now opening cover does those first. Then it will close all of those. And we can open all of those for our fertilizer. Close those and then unfold. So rather than disconnecting and come around to the side, this swings. A little bit, the Kinsey ones do this, don't they? Well, not all of them, but... we are in position for operation because it's direct drill. This crop has been harvested, so I don't have to do anything with it if I don't want to. As you can see, 1,200 litres of fertiliser, 960 litres of seed. We have got ridge markers, so we can do left ridge marker out, right, or both. A bit of a ridge marker ballet there, very nice indeed. Turn it on. Oh, there was no sound. I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting a sound of some sort. Turn it off, turn it on again. Drop it down. And away we go. Nice bit of individual movement from each of the seed boxes on there. It's a fairly rigid platform, but I have to say that for 35, was it 35 or 39? For an 8 metre, that's pretty good, isn't it? Tank capacity is not bad, but you stick a front tank on this as well. And I like that. So again, like I say, if it is new, brilliant, I've just shown it. If it is an update, apologies if you've seen this before. I'm racking my brains. I'm thinking I don't think I've reviewed this before. Then like it was pointed out over the last couple of days. Sometimes when I go away for a few days, or if I've been on holiday, or if I've gone to do something else, sometimes mods come out and I do miss them, and I don't often go back to show them, and I feel bad for that. I'll tell you a story of that later or at another point. So let's turn that off. If we fold it back up again. I like that. I like that animation. It's very cool. So that's the Lizard M99 planter by JDModding.org. And that's it for the mods for Friday the 19th of January. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you choose to do, have a wonderful weekend. And thanks for watching.